Hi everyone, we are in the slog over the elections in Telangana. It's the youngest state in the Indian Union and this is its third election ever. And the war for 119 seats is so fierce that there is a raging battle even for second place. Little wonder that Prime Minister Modi, the BJP's lead batsman, has been on the pitch for the last 3 days. Today, Hyderabad came to a standstill as a mega roadshow by the Prime Minister snaked through the city. A final push before the Model Code of Conduct kicks in tomorrow. And speaking of the Model Code of Conduct, the Election Commission of India threw in a googly and retired herd what essentially is the Virat Kohli of the ruling BRS is offering to voters. Their flagship scheme for farmers, which is called Rythu Bandhu, that was launched way back in 2018. The scheme benefits 70 lakh farmers and it gives them 10,000 rupees every year in 2 installments, 5 for Rabi crops, 5 for Kharif crops. Now, there are 2 very interesting things to note. One, that the Election Commission had given the BRS the go-ahead to disburse funds to farmers on 25th of November. Then, 2 days later, it did a U-turn. The second very interesting point is that the Election Commissioners and Commission's U-turn is coming after the Congress party, which is in comeback mode in Telangana, went to the Election Commission complaining. They said that the BRS had broken its promise to the EC that they would not publicize the scheme, something they say will influence votes. Interestingly, the Congress itself has announced that it will up the financial assistance to farmers to 15,000 rupees per year as compared to 10,000 rupees that the BRS is offering. Anyhow, the BRS isn't backing down, but the question is, has the Election Commission over-interpreted the Model Code of Conduct? After all, the scheme is not a new one, and the timeline of the funds disbursement coincides with the polls, yes, but it wasn't actually tailored for it. Listen in to who has said what.
ఈ కాంగ్రెస్ వాళ్ళ గోస వాళ్ళ బాధ పాపం ఇట్లనన్నా గెలుస్తామేమో అని లంగతనం చేస్తా ఉన్నారు. మొదలు మళ్ళీ పోయిండు, దరఖాస్తు పెట్టిండు, రైతు బంధు ఆపిండు. ఏయనని చెప్పి నేను చెప్పిన అధికారులకు బంధు పెట్టిండు. ఒక్కరోజు ఏమని వాళ్ళు పర్మిషన్ ఇచ్చింది ఎవరు ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్. మళ్ళా కాంగ్రెస్ వైస్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ నిరంజనుడు మళ్ళా మొన్నటి దరఖాస్తు ఇచ్చాడు. రేపు రాబోయే పైసలు మళ్ళా కాంగ్రెస్ ఆపింది. నేను ఒక మాట చెప్తా ఉన్నా, కాంగ్రెస్ లో కూడా రైతు బంధు తీసుకున్న నాయకులు ఉన్నారు, కార్యకర్తలు ఉన్నారు. మరి మీకేమైనా సిగ్గుమానం ఉందా అని అడుగుతా ఉన్నా నేను.
కేసీఆర్ గారు 11 సార్లు రైతు బంధు ఇచ్చిండు. వానకాలం కోత అయిపోయింది, మనకు యాసంగికి మళ్ళా పెట్టుబడి కావాలి కదా. ఎప్పట్లేక యాసంగికి పైసలు ఇస్తామంటే కాంగ్రెస్ వాళ్ళు పోయి ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్ కు కంప్లైంట్ ఇచ్చిండ్రు. ఈ తాప యాసంగి పైసలు వేయనీయద్దు, ఆపాలని చెప్పి ఢిల్లీలో కంప్లైంట్ ఇచ్చిండ్రు. కానీ ఎప్పుడైనా న్యాయం గెలుస్తుంది, ధర్మం గెలుస్తుంది, దేవుడు మంచి పక్షాన్ని నిలబడతాడు. నిన్ననే ఎలక్షన్ కమిషన్కి వెళ్ళి రైతు బంధు పైసలు వేసుకోవచ్చని పర్మిషన్ వచ్చింది.
ఈ రోజు ఏం జరిగిందో హరీష్ రావు నోటి దుల వల్ల, చంద్రశేఖర్ రావు రాజకీయ అతి తెలివితేటల వల్ల ఇవాళ రైతుల ఖాతాలో పడేయాల్సిన 5,000 కోట్ల రూపాయల రైతు బంధు పథకం అర్ధాంతరంగా ఆగిపోయింది. టిఆర్ఎస్ నాయకులను ముఖ్యంగా హరీష్ రావు ఎన్నను దొరికితే మా రైతులకు విజ్ఞప్తి చేస్తున్నా, లాగులో తొండలిడిచి కొట్టండి నా కొడుకుల్ని.
बीआरएस टीआरएस आने के बाद भी अभी राष्ट्रपति चुनाव में कांग्रेस के साथ मिलकर कांग्रेस पार्टी प्रत्याशी को राष्ट्रपति चुनाव में समर्थन किया है, उपराष्ट्रपति चुनाव में समर्थन किया है. दोनों अलग नहीं है, दोनों एक ही है, दोनों का डीएनए एक ही है, दोनों का जो सोच एक ही है, दोनों मिलकर ही काम करते हैं. इसलिए आज రైతు बंधु के नाम पर भी दोनों मिलकर ड्रामा कर रहे, किसानों को जो गलत पैमान लाने के लिए प्रयास करे, ये देने के लिए वादा किया, रोकने के लिए कांग्रेस पार्टी वादा प्रयास किया है. दोनों एक ही है.
Now, politicians will say what they have to say, and we will hear more from them in the next 2 to 3 minutes. But here's the question many people are asking. Has the Election Commission over-interpreted the Model Code of Conduct? After all, the Rythu Bandhu scheme is an existing scheme. And if the Election Commission has acted against the BRS, then why not the BJP? After all, bang in the middle of an election rally in Chhattisgarh on November 3rd, the Prime Minister had announced that the scheme to give free food grains to 800 million Indians has been extended for another 5 years. Are these double standards of the Election Commission that are at play? Mahesh Bigala is leader BRS, joining us on the broadcast. P. Chengal Reddy is an activist, also a chief advisor at the Consortium of Indian Farmers. We have T.R. Srinivas, who's a BJP spokesperson, joining us on the broadcast. And we have Shekhar Iyer, who's a senior journalist, joining us as well to give us some perspective on the story playing out. Sama RM Reddy is spokesperson of the Congress party. Let me start with the Congress party. Sama RM Reddy, what exact problem do you have with the Rythu Bandhu scheme? Your leaders are on record to say two things. A, the BRS is to blame if farmers will not get their payment on time, their financial assistance on time. So it's not the Congress that went crying to the Election Commission. Instead, it's the BRS that is to blame. And secondly, very interestingly, while you go complaining to the Election Commission, your own leader, Mr. Jairam Ramesh, has openly said, bang in the middle of election season, that you are going to up the amount that is given to farmers under the scheme from 10,000 rupees to 15,000 rupees. What is this?
Ma'am, I'll start from the second one, answering the second one. The enhancement of this financial assistance from 10,000 to 15,000 is one of our manifesto point, and we have stick to it. And the second and the first question was, we have given a representation on 23rd October saying that to disburse the amount before 3rd November, before the election notification of Telangana. See, let us see it like a plain way. That, we asked the government to disburse the amount to the farmers before 3rd of November. We are not against it. It's not a cry. In fact, we are trying to, provide them the funds, disburse them the funds. When there are funds are available in the treasury, then why are you stopping? Why are you looking for the timing? Which will come under the violation of Model Code of Conduct. Yes, 100% the money disbursed at the time of elections or just before the day of election will definitely influence voters. But see the intention of Congress party, we are not against it. But we requested, and in 2018 elections, on the very same day of election, during afternoon, they disbursed the money and the voting percentage rise. Yes, obviously it supported BRS party. So we are transparent here. We requested the Election Commission on 23rd October to disburse the amount before 3rd November. And today, what happened? EC clearly mentioned Harish Rao's statement, and which are also considered as the violation of Model Code of Conduct, because he is taking that favor that their government or their party is benefiting the farmer with this money, which shouldn't have been done.
Mr. Mohan Reddy, why should the BRS, which is the ruling dispensation, listen to the opposition Congress party? They are going into elections. They have clearings from the Election Commission to disburse money. 2 days ago, they got that permission. Why should they listen to you? The Election Commission has given them a permission, right? Then you go complaining again, and then the Election Commission throws another googly.
Let me be very clear. There won't be any role of any political parties during the Model Code of Conduct. There will be only the path of administration. Administration do its job. That is where this purview should come in. That, disbursement of money to the farmers. It should not be something like, favor being done from some political party. We cannot claim that, which comes under or considered as a violation of Model Code of Conduct. That is what the rule is. So
but the fact is that the scheme has existed since 2018. Let Mr. Bigala come and defend the BRS. Let Mr. Bigala come and defend the BRS. It's not my job to do it. Mr. Bigala, go ahead. Respond to what the Congress party is saying. The Congress party has put in a tough fight for the BRS. They are in comeback mode. They will not spare any opportunity to punch you. And that is exactly what they have done.
It's very, very unfortunate but they are not leaving anything. But and again, the farmers won't leave the Congress as well. See, it's a very, very simple equation. It's not the first time. It's the 11th term that BRS government has been distributing this scheme, the money, whatever is going to the farmers under this scheme. And if you look at the past, the money has been transferred directly to their accounts between October till the month of January. And we requested the EC, and they have given the clearance. But they realized, the Congress has realized that they are already losing, and they try to do everything in their capacity. And they wrote the letter to the Election Commission, and the Rythu Reddy writes the letter on the 25th, on the 26th, and EC takes the action immediately and to stop this disbursement. And the KC Venugopal of their National General Secretary comes and blames the TRS for whatever is happened. So it's very, very unfortunate. People are watching, farmers are watching. Whatever happened in the whole, if you take the entire scenario, it is people that have the trust in KCR, and they have done 11 times, and he will do the 12th time. And if it's a matter of maybe 3 days,
Mr. Bigala,
and they will
but are you accusing the Election Commission? Mr. Bigala, can I ask you, this is interesting, are you accusing the Election Commission of acting at the behest of the Congress party or on the isharas of the Congress party? And had you made this allegation against the BJP, I would understand, but the Congress?
I'm not accusing. They should take they cannot take the dual standards. So they should be transparent, and they should take the same standard, whether it's a Modi's announcement or even the BRS announcement. They cannot have the multiple standards for each party based on the party. See, it's whether the Election Commission is stopping or it's on the request of Congress party, but it's who is suffering, who are becoming the victims. See, as a farmer, they have certain things to do whenever they need to, and that they are coming for the Rabi season, they have to plan there accordingly. The politics should not stop, and the farmers should not suffer because of the Congress party. And maybe they could achieve to push it for another 3 days or 4 days. But this is not the poll promise. This has been a continuous process for the 11th term. And they will get this if they might be able to stop for the 3 days. But on the December 1st, everybody will get that money. So they're considering everything.
But Mr. Bigala, fact is, Mr. Bigala, but the Congress has a point. When a fight is close, you give it everything. And the Congress has a point when they say that if you decide to disburse funds on the day of voting, what does it mean?
It's not.
That is exactly what the BRS was doing on the day of voting.
It's not on the day of the voting.
No, last time it was the day of the voting.
It is on the 28th. See, it is the plan. It is not for this year. It has been going on for the last 5 years. This is the 11th time. And they have sent the details to the Election Commission, what day they are planning to disburse. And just showing the reason for code of conduct. And just see somebody like the media person, they asked the Minister Harish Rao, so when the money is expected to come. So just taking that as a code of conduct, whatever the Congress has played, they're going to pay the huge price in this election. And the farmers are going to show that on the December 3rd. Sorry,
no, we have seen what Mr. Rao has done on stage as well. Mr. Bigala, we've seen what Mr. Rao has done on stage. So don't say media people asked questions and he responded. We all know what he has said. We all have seen KCR's reaction to it as well.
No, it's before the meeting. Everywhere he
Shekhar
goes,
Iyer,
the media persons were the questioning.
Okay, I understand.
Or this Rythu Bandhu is ready to go.
Okay, Shekhar Iyer, I want to ask you here. How do you view what has happened today in the last 24 hours? Is this the Election Commission overplaying its card? Is this the Election Commission over-interpreting the Model Code of Conduct? After all, fact is that the scheme has officially been in place since 2018, right? It is not a new scheme that was announced, and the rough timing of the disbursement of the second batch of money is during this time. And the fact also is that we know what has happened in Durg in Chhattisgarh, where the Prime Minister at an election rally declared that India will continue to feed 800 million of its poor for the next 5 years. So that was an announcement that was made as well. Is this the Election Commission's double standards, or were they right in doing, according to you, what they did?
Shreya, we must just recall on November 24th, Election Commission had given permission. See, after Congress had objected, the Telangana government moved the Election Commission that this is a scheme, we distribute the money between October and January. this is the time, the farmers need this money, and this on all that argument that we are seeing today was made before the Election Commission. And Election Commission, in its order of November 24, said, look, you can go ahead with the disbursement provided there are no new beneficiaries, no publicity about this, no public functions for distribution of kits or items, and as far as possible, do it in a DPT way, direct benefit transfer. Now, the self-goal was made by the Finance Minister Harish Rao. See, in trying to counter the Congress, you see what has happened. This Rythu Bandhu Scheme has become a football. Because the Congress, there has been criticism about the TRS scheme. Because the scheme covers, payment in terms of, they will give 5,000 rupees per acre. Now, what has happened is, and there is no bar on the, whether it's a small farmer or marginal farmer, but payment is on basis of the holding. Correct. So, criticism was tenant farmers have been excluded. The other thing was there is no cap on acres or acreage. And the Telangana is about 14 crore, acres of farmland. And this criticism was taken into account by Congress, and the Congress had announced that the Rythu Bharosa, that scheme, which they had announced in their manifesto, they said, look, we will promise 15,000 rupees per acre, and we will cover both farmers and tenants. The tenants had been left out here. And then we will also give 12,000 rupees for agricultural laborers. See, Congress had managed to people all those who were left out. So, in order to counter that, Finance Minister put his foot in his mouth by saying that, look, Congress is promising this, but well, we have already promised 15,000 rupees per acre in our manifesto. And we will, anyway, the government has cleared it for 16,000 per acre, which whatever the Congress has promised, we are doing it, and you're getting money from 28. Because he said that as an election issue, and he violated election code, and he also violated the condition imposed on the Telangana government, and that is how they lost the case. That's why Election Commission and the Congress went saying, look, Minister is making a statement. So they had got the permission, but lost it because of the Minister's statement.
Okay, but T.R. Srinivas, who is it then according to the BJP that is doing badmashi? You are saying that both the Congress and the TRS are on the same team. I don't know how you say that, how the BJP is saying that. Anyhow, it has been said. I want to ask you, who is the one who was doing badmashi? And do you think it's right for the disbursement of funds to farmers to be stopped 2 days after permission was given? Because as I said, questions will be raised about the BJP's announcement as well in that case.
Hi, Shreya. Thank you for this debate. Let me further your cricketing analogy. And Harish Rao did a super no ball with a white ball. So I put this blame squarely on him. He had a statement, public statement, which is recorded, published in many of the news portals. He said, even before your breakfast and tea on Monday, the money will come into your account. What was the need? Why he did not do it silently? What was said? Hum tumhare hamdard hai, hum hi ko do aur milega tumko. This was what was implied.
But Mr. Srinivasan, this is what all political parties do na. Hum tumko freebie denge, hum tumhare hamdard hain, tum humko vote do. This is Indian elections only. So they have not done any guna with the BJP or the Congress has not done before.
It is very simple. Follow the election code to the last word. This is what everybody does it. Why did he violate it? Was there any ulterior thing which he had running into his mind that he wanted to talk something extra on this? It all implies to this. An election commission, they are intelligent people. They understand everything. And this is where they had to put the foot down. And everybody was seeing. It is there in the public domain.
Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Srinivas, you are saying that the Congress party was absolutely right in going to the Election Commission and complaining, right?
See,
I want to ask you, they were absolutely right. Then why did the BJP not go and complain?
Right or wrong, I leave it to them, because we find there are bigger battles to fight rather than on small petty issues. We are talking about a BCCM right to a son of the soil coming to the power on the seat where the development of Telangana can happen. This is a bigger battle for us rather than squabbling on small things.
Acha, P. Chengal Reddy, you're the farmer here. You are someone who represents the voice of farmers. Can I help you? Can I ask you to tell us whether what the Election Commission has done will at all impact the Telangana farmers' vote? I ask you this question because they know if the money doesn't come today, it will come 3 weeks down the line, 2 weeks down the line, but it will come.
No, this scheme has been there for quite some time and it will continue to come. See, here, I think Election Commission by and large has been extremely careful and definitely they are doing a great job, let me tell you. But here in this particular case, there is some error because earlier in the last few weeks, there was an announcement saying that Rythu Bandhu is stopped being given and that Congress has objected and all that. Therefore, there is a lot of apprehensions. Who and why, that's not the detail. The question is, there was a lot of apprehensions. And then there was an application was made by Congress and the party, the ruling government clarified it and EC has given clearance. Now, the so-called mistake of Mr. Harish Rao, in my view, is not correct because when the commission has given clearance and informed the government that they can be, the amount can be deposited in farmers' land. All that he did is during the course of called electioneering, talking and all that, you see he just informed information. That's all. I don't think he says you are going to give me money. I'm giving you money, you give me vote. See, just like, you see, there are two things. In any election, every political party says whatever they want to. They have done, like just now you are telling, we have done this scheme, that scheme. And then they will also new schemes. See, here, if you want to find fault, as you rightly said, Mr. Modi other day comes all the way to Secunderabad and he announces categorization of scheduled castes. It's a very, very serious issue because he has no business to. Does it mean that he's going to get all the votes of so-called that particular section for whom he has made? And then you, as you said, you are telling that he announced freebies for 80 crore people rice. Yes, my personal observation is the Election Commission has definitely erred in, I think it is hasty. Having given permission, what is that big difference? I would ask the Election Commission, you gave permission 3 days back. What would have happened if government has transferred the money on the same day? No, because there were bank holidays, there was a delay. And incidentally, Ms. Harish Rao and during the course of discussion said that, the Election Commission has given clearance and you will get money. What is that big thing? And I would say as the political parties, if somebody writes to Election Commission, look, on so-and-so date, you are giving salaries to government employees, please stop giving salaries to employees, teachers and all that. And then you are giving scholarships, you can stop. And somebody is giving bonus and somebody is giving dividends. If I write to the Election Commission, will the Commission stop that? No, I think it's a mistake on part of Election Commissioner, clearly. There is a clear difference. Is it a continuous announcement or a scheme or a program by the state government? The answer is yes. And whether the Election Commission, after having gone through the details, have accepted it, yes. And then what is that big thing now happened? There is all this halla-gulla is being made. On the day of Election Commission, giving approval, the state government could have asked its finance department to release the amount within 24 hours and it should have been over. I'm not finding fault with the Election Commission. Let me tell you, today one of the best institutions in this country is Election Commission. They are doing a great job. I think there is an error here. And I wish that the Election Commission, I would ask the Election Commission tomorrow to say, they could have taken objection to Mr. Modi's announcement in that Jharkhand. He has no business to announce that 80 crores freebies and then come to Hyderabad and says he will do categorization. Definitely it's a vote, getting votes formula. No, I'm sorry, not that I would like to find fault with the Election Commission. Political parties will do whatever, they're asking and all that is a different issue. But here, my personal opinion as a farmers activist is this scheme is a really good scheme and definitely it will be continued. Only thing is all this mess should not, Election Commission should have been a little more cautious. They could have allowed, I don't know why they stopped it. No, it's not, in view, it's not
so Sama RM Reddy, then again the question, Thank you, sir. Then again, Sama RM Reddy, as spokesperson of the Congress party, what was the problem if farmers were getting the money? Now you've just delayed money coming into their account. You will be the ones who will be held as villains.
Shreya ji, it is not Congress who is in power. It is BRS who is in power. Who delayed it? No, who objected when BJP, attempted to, disburse the amount on the very same day of the grant permission from the EC. We didn't stop. Since the incident happened yesterday and EC took action today, what's wrong in it? And the reason here is, since the finance minister failed to comply with the conditions in their permission, that is the reason they stopped. They stalled it. Why do you want to blame Congress party?
So the finance minister
not our mistake.
No, I am not blaming Congress party. The BRS is blaming you. I am not blaming you, sir. The BRS is blaming you, and possibly the farmers in Telangana are blaming you as well. Just because the finance minister of the state erred, you did something that has stopped their payment. Now their payment hasn't been stopped forever. We know that. It has been delayed, but it has been delayed.
Since we should have fair and free elections, it should not go through any violations. But when leaders are indulged in violating the model code of conduct, then 100% opposition parties will definitely address the issue. And that is what is done. And farmers are quite happy for the incident which took place. Let me be very clear on this. Farmers are quite happy for the incident which took place today, because after December, once Congress party comes into power, they are going to get 15,000 per acre. Yes, they will get much more budget. As we promised in our guarantee.
Okay.
They are going to get 5,000 extra.
Okay. Good one. Good comeback. I call that a good comeback. Mahesh Begala, I don't have too much time, but would you want to respond? Farmers are actually very happy, is what the Congress party is saying, because 10,000 rupees has stopped. They know 15,000 rupees is coming into their accounts.
Somebody who can't come into power, they can promise anything. Like the way the BJP said, we are going to make the BC as the chief minister, because they have one MLA, they can make BC, SC, ST, anybody chief minister. They had BC president as their party. They removed him and got somebody else. So same thing, the Congress, they don't have any hopes of coming into power, but just they can promise 15,000 or 20,000, they can promise anything. But the people of Telangana, they believe only one leader, that's a KCR. Whatever he has promised, it has been delivered. Even for the show, the technical reasons, whatever you do, but the leader is determined and the money will come into their accounts. But it's very, very, as I said, it's very unfortunate incidents, whatever took place. The election commission took that stand. But again, I would request even the election commission, I would like to appeal through you guys for election commission to review and even consider not to punish the farmers. And see, this is simply the Rythu Reddy who created this issue, but not the BJP, because BJP, they were talking about what Congress has done, we have nothing to do. But what Modi has done, they talk about the BRS and BJP is one party, BJP and all. But when the Modi talked about it, nobody took it to the election commission. But Rythu Reddy, they lost the grip on the ground in Telangana, state of Telangana. So immediately they are using every option, going to the election commission and telling the lies. But again, people know the truth. Their leader is KCR. He will prevail and he will become the third time chief minister. All these Rythu Reddy, Komat Reddy, Uttam Kumar Reddy, who lost in the last election, and they will see the same result this time as well. Forget about getting into power, but let them retain their own seats.
Okay. Who is Telangana ready for? We will know on December 3rd. May the best man and the best party win. I would have said best woman, but well, no chief ministerial candidates who are women. So that's what I'll have to say. We'll end it there. Thank you very much, gentlemen. This was a good debate. Mahesh Begala, thank you very much. Mr. P. Chengal Reddy, thanks. Good to have you on the show. Thank you very much, TRS Srinivas. Thanks very much. Shekhar Iyer, good to have you on the show. And Sama RM Reddy, thank you very much. Thanks, gentlemen. On that note, I'm slipping into a quick break on